All right, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at installing an optic on the TX22 series of pistols. We've got two models here. We have the TX22 Compact, which takes a slide-mounted dot on the Holosun K series or Shield RMSC footprint. And then we have the TX22 competition model, which actually uses an adapter plate mounted directly to the barrel, which can take all sorts of different dots, including the Holosun dots that use the RMR footprint, as well as with some aftermarket adapters, several other different kinds of dot. Now we'll start with the competition model here. As you can see, the gun's been cleared out, nothing in the chamber, nothing in the mag well. It is cleared out. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our adapter plate and we're going to go ahead and just drop this in on the actual mount itself. There's no screws or anything to mess with, and the mount comes pre-installed, so it's really easy for you to get going on this application process. Next, we're going to make sure that our front lugs on the optic made up to those front posts on the actual plate, like so, and that's going to drop into place. Now we come to the critical application of the screws. Some screws, like the ones from Holosun, which is what we're using today, will come with a little bit of blue Loctite pre-applied to it. If they do, that's great. You can go ahead and proceed with application using those screws. If they don't, you're going to want to apply a couple of drops, one drop to each screw of blue Loctite when you thread those in. If you're doing the Loctite application in yourself, I recommend you thread the screw all the way in till it's just hand tight, back it out, and then thread it into the appropriate torque pressure, which we're going to talk about in a minute. In this case, since these screws have their Loctite pre-applied, I'm just going to thread them directly in. It is very beneficial if you have a torque wrench when you're doing this. I'm going to go ahead and get this one started. And I'm not going to finish torquing it in until I've got the other screw most of the way in as well. All right, once we have that screw in, we can go ahead and, using our torque wrench, see that it is torqued to 10 inch-pounds on the left, and see that it is torqued to 10 inch-pounds on the right. That's it. Installing an optic on your TX22 competition is a very simple process. It's very straightforward and easy to perform. Once we've got that done, you can go take this out to the range and get it zeroed. Now, moving on, we have the TX22 Compact. The TX22 Compact uses a slide-mounted red dot, so your red dot will reciprocate with the slide when you fire this gun, but it has the advantage of using our included screws to mount dots that fit the Holosun K series footprint. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to again check to make sure it's cleared out, nothing in the chamber, nothing in the mag well. We're going to go ahead and remove the plate that is on the top of our slide and go ahead and get that process started. Now, as you can see on the TX22 Compact, we do have Loctite pre-applied to these screws. One of the advantages of the TX22 Compact's optic mount is that it threads directly into the slide instead of a plate, which means we get a lot more thread engagement on this mount than you're going to see on even a lot of centerfire pistols on the market, and certainly most rimfire pistols that are out there. Why is thread engagement important? Well, it keeps the optic from shifting during any sort of rapid fire. And since people are actually carrying this gun as a personal protection gun, keeping the optic zeroed is probably pretty important. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get the Holosun lined up. Once the lugs interface and the optic is set, we can go ahead and immediately just proceed back to getting those screws torqued in, which I'm going to need to change out for my torque wrench head. Once we've got these screws started, we can go ahead and spin them most of the way in with hand pressure until they're tight, and then we can go ahead and get them torqued down again to 10 inch-pounds. And that's it. Again, the process of installing an optic on either of the TX22 pistols, whether it's the competition or the compact model, is very simple and very straightforward, thanks in this case to our in-house designed plate mounting system, and in this case to the direct attachment to the slide mounting system. Now that your optics are installed, you can head out to the range and get your red dots zeroed.